Hydra have a lot of blood?
Yes, yes they do.
Ooh.
Just stands there and observes it from a safe distance.
I'm going to look more closely at this. I wanted to... Can I roll a history check or something to see if I recognize the symbol?
If you would like to, yes.
I would. Not great, but not terrible either.
You do not recognize any specific historical significance to the symbol,
Can I do a streetwise check?
if you would like.
Okay. I can't roll above a 5 on those.
Yep.
I'm a really bad break dancer.
Well, how about this? What if we look at it and then see, like, is there anything that would indicate that it was a door or capped something below it? Are there any levers, knobs, creases, things like that?
It would be a perception check.
Should I bother or... Oh, God.
Okay,
Oh.
Weiss investigates.
Okay, even if I crit, I couldn't get higher than that, so...
Weiss sees all.
Yep. Yep, he does.
Apparently.
I'm just kind of on. I think mine's like a 4. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like looking this way for the rune. I know.
It will trigger some sort of mechanism if, or once the entire pattern is filled. So it is some sort of a door, yes.
So he turns to the others and says, I suggest we wait until the blood fills all the different crevices, see what happens. It looks like it might be an opening.
Can I help it along? Like, push it so it goes faster?
Just jump up and down on the Hydra and squeeze it like a mustard bottle.
Yes, I'm going to do that actually.
You were the dorkiest assassin ever.
He's efficient.
Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
Do you manage to help it along a little bit?
And he's using the Yashcharetsa Krovi technique. It's to get lizard blood out.
Gross.
Picture you're just using the tails like a spigot, just pumping it up and down.
Yeah. His technique
Ugh.
is how you get water, but also blood. Easy mistake. So how much blood comes out when I do that?
Enough.
Like, how many gallons?
I don't have an actual answer for that, so the correct answer is enough.
114 gallons.
No, it's not 114 gallons.
Can it
Oh,
be?
that would be kind of cool.
This is not Full Metal Alchemist. Bodies do not have that disproportionately large amount of blood.
But I just imagine like Dagmar like looking at him like that's not gonna fucking work. You're dumb. And then it just goes.
And it
He
should
just-
be like, huh.
He just dusts off his now bloody, extremely bloody hands.
It's
But it-
just smearing everywhere. Like, doesn't do
Yeah, it doesn't even
anything.
make that dusting off noise. It just goes.
Ew.
Oh. So the door begins giving way, and there is a very large black pit.
She finds you very amusing, though, so.
What now?
Is there some kind of stairway leading down or any kind of pathway?
Yeah, I don't want this to be another Dave and
I'm
Aaron's
gonna
falling.
climb down.
All right, Aaron, roll me an
I'm not
athletics
actually
check.
doing that.
Aww. There.
Jumping in, obviously.
Okay.
No, fuck off.
What? Make up your damn mind. The next
I'm
thing
going
you
this
say
way.
you're doing. Okay.
Ah.
Whatever. Just means you don't get the experience and loot.
Oh. Damn it.
There does not appear to be a handhold system or like footpath or anything going down.
Are you serious? Like the first time we check. The first time we check and it's not there.
I jump in. Pussies.
Okay, Weiss will finish knocking down this pillar and let it fall. Like he's going to push it so that it's falling up. He's gonna push it so it's falling right across the center of the pit,
Okay.
and then he's going to use the rope from his pack to tie around and let it fall down into the hole.
And Dagmar just jumped in, so she can secure the rope to something down there as well. So it's not just flinging everywhere.
All right. Is anyone
Or
going
land
to
in anything sticky.
roll or jump down with Dagmar?
No. What is this?
What is what?
Oh, hold on. Can I tie a rope to that?
It's kind of like a granite floor. So if you had pythons, sure.
Sure.
A granite floor, you say? That's gonna feel great when I land.
Well, roll me a d4.
Okay.
Wait, which one of us?
Dagmar.
Oh.
Unless you're suddenly jumping in.
Oh.
Okay.
What seems like about 3 minutes have passed, and you begin feeling, unfortunately very fatigued.
She's been falling for 3 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You're fucked.
You feel the energy being sapped right out of you. Soon you will probably succumb to unconsciousness.
I'm gonna drop a torch down there.
As soon as it crosses the threshold, the light is almost instantly gone.
I'm gonna look at Weiss and go, she's dead. Comrade is not making it.
Well,
We should go.
the rope is not that big, so guess I'm jumping in after.
All right.
Okay.
Both comrades are dead.
I don't think that any rope is measured in time,
Yeah.
so.
The rope is 15 seconds long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Unless you're George Lucas, then you can use units of time as a measurement of distance.
excuse
What?
me, sir. Do you have any
Parsecs?
3-minute?
Yes. Fucking. That's not how parsecs work!
It is now. You're not George Lucas.
No, I'm someone smarter and have people who tell me how storytelling works. Roll me a d4 as well, Weiss.
I'm gonna do my uncanny strength first.
Okay.
To get my preparation for athletics and endurance.
Alright.
Okay, D4.
And Affin, are you going in after him?
No.
He's like, no.
Okay, roll a 3.
It is about another 3 minutes for you as you begin feeling the exhaustion coming over you. You will very shortly pass out.
I want to like like ran and jumped in there, so I'm like sliding against the wall and then jumping off the wall to the other side.
Well, you do still feel the exhaustion, and it starts coming over you much more quickly if you're exerting yourself physically like that.
Dagmar's just falling like, wee, YOLO.
Okay, I'll fall on the beeline straight down, and I'll just ready my swift flight for when the ground finally decides to meet us.
So, Affin's gonna yell down the hole after he hears YOLO. He's gonna go swag.
You don't actually hear anything from the,
He knows. He just knows, and he just goes swag.
Alright.
Can I roll an endurance to stay awake?
Yes you can. But about every minute of the fall after this, it will start getting harder and harder.
Cool. I want to do this.
He's
Okay.
gonna start.
That's a take 10. As for the first 10 minutes of the duration, I get a take 10 for my prepped.
Okay. You have not succumbed to unconsciousness yet. Dagmar, you can also make a endurance check if you'd like.
My endurance is pretty good actually.
Okay. Another minute passes and you still have not succumbed to the unconsciousness.
Why are you always trying to kill us, Lion? Why?
I'm not.
I know.
We're just dumb.
If I was trying to kill you, you'd be fighting the 256 Tarask, or hit die Tarask that's roaming around this continent.
Yeah, then I really hate you.
Yeah, because you'd be fighting a 3-5 monster in 4th edition.
Yep.
Well, look
All
what
of you.
happened to Asarak.
No, that was Azrak converted to 4th edition. I'm talking, I have the 3-5 stat version of it. The one that I made, just on my computer.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did you hear that after that Blackfish movie or whatever, instead of releasing the whales from SeaWorld, they're going to just add more.
What?
Yeah, they're just getting more whales.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Alright, so...
Wow.
Right? Right?
Let me do something because this will be relevant.
Just wow.
Several more minutes pass and you feel a very strange sensation as you are gently dropped onto a ground. The ground itself is slightly squishy
Oh, it's all sticky down
and
here.
very strange.
Terrible.
You don't know what the strange sensation was, but as you land, you see a beast before you.
Is the torch down here still burning? Or did
It is
knock
not,
itself
but
out?
the place is somewhat lit. The figure stands about 11 feet tall and has a face that can only be described as blackness cackling with lightning.
Oh, delightful.
Yep. Did it transfer everyone over to this map? Yes, it did.
I'm sure he's a blast to have at family reunions.
The black figure wears a cloak and, is sort of staring at you with, for lack of a better word, hatred in its eyes? Question mark?
Hey, don't give me that look. We just fell down here. Or, yes, we fell.
I've seen this before. It's what is it?
You have never seen this before, and nothing you have ever
Damn.
heard of is described as something like this.
Religion has failed me again.
I would look at this creature and say, you know, relax. We come in peace. Yes. Relative peace.
Pieces. We come in pieces. Wait.
Yeah.
No.
It says we mean you no harm.
Yet. No, wait, not yet. At all. Yes.
I have to hold on. I have to minimize Skype because I keep seeing Aaron's goddamn picture.
A naked Hitler sunbathing.
Yeah. The creature sort of sort of lurches itself fully upright. It had been hunched over a bit. And it stares at you, and a devious smile made out of electricity sort of cackles across its face. And it just stares at you for a second.
Well,
Spirit, what is this place?
I am the ghost of Christmas future! No, it just sort of shrugs for a second, and then brings a cackling, bristling with energy finger to its mouth as if to try and make the silent symbol. Gesture. That's the word I was looking for. Gesture.
Weiss would nod and then just sit down in a meditative cross-leg position and wait.
He will point with his other hand to here and here, respectively. And as he points, there are two doors. Weiss, as you sit down, you realize what the liquid is coating this floor. It is blood. Lots and lots and lots of blood.
that's delightful.
It's about a quarter of an inch deep.
So we can see the doors clearly ahead of us.
Yes, you can.
So I just kind of turn and look at Dagmar and like silently nod at.
She'd look at you and like, what?
Oh, you can pick a door if you want. He's not going to say anything because the creature still demands silence. So he just sits there. He just kind of like gestures his head towards the doors to see if you notice them as well.
Oh, okay. She'd follow his gaze and see the doors and then be like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Weiss would follow your lead for whatever door you choose.
How many doors are there?
2.
So, 17.
Okay, she's gonna run through the left door. Try to.
What left door?
I don't know, you said there's 2 doors.
Yeah, and he points
There's
to the on the
one?
right and the bottom.
There's 2.
Oh,
So she punches the door on the left side of the screen.
yep.
Alright, so are you going to the right door then?
Yes.
Okay.
Right is probably wrong.
As the door opens, you see a illuminated path of some sort of gem or crystalline floor below you. And you see off a fair way down the hallway, it takes a turn into some sort of other strange material. There is a door at this end of the pathway as well.
So in silence, he like turns to her and then like takes a step forward, testing the floor, making sure it's solid before he steps fully onto it.
It is solid enough. It will hold anyone's weight.
Okay. So I'll follow his lead, since he seems to be more fleet of foot than me.
Okay. Are you stepping in?
Yes.
Okay.
And looks around, make sure there's nothing gonna spring out at him.
As Dagmar steps through the door begins shutting very quickly, and you just hear from the other side, what what beast may dream of these horrid things, and the figure begins disappearing. Oh, hey, Okay, that's why it looked like the wrong color. Because it was the wrong color. And the door has shut behind you.
Oh, I guess we should make ourselves at home.
Oops, not reveal. Hide. As for the perception you had rolled, you do hear something sort of coming down from down here. Oops. But otherwise, you do not believe that there is anything else in this hallway other than what is causing the sound down here.
Okay. I'm gonna stealth to here, and then crouch down in the corner with a mirror.
Okay. The name of that creature is unfortunately lost because it's too long. The beast you see at the far end of the hallway is some sort of horrific tentacled visage. It's sort of emerging itself from the floor, grasping out, writhing towards the gemstone hallway. And it is coated in whatever the substance is that the floor is made out of. It cries in agony and makes insane whimpering noises as it emerges.
Kind of signals to her to like crouch down and see also.
That is the weirdest thing I have ever seen.
That's not nearly the weirdest that's on this map. Well, in my opinion.
She wouldn't actually say this. She'd just give Weiss kind of like that. Eh? Look.
So I'm gonna. Do I notice if it's like facing towards us at all?
It is coming towards the gemstone floorway, yes.
Okay. Is there anything on the ground, or is it just smooth and nothing's there?
It's smooth, except for it doesn't appear smooth, but it is smooth. The gemstone patterns make it appear not smooth because of the coloration and the internal cuts, stuff like that. But this floor down here, the strange blue stuff, appears to be semi-liquid. It is very slowly inching its way along out of the ground.
So let's see here.
I'm not going to be too quick to engage that thing.
Well, I have an empty flask on, so I'm going to pitch it over the creature and aiming to smash it against the wall adjacent to it, see if the shattered glass noise will make it at least turn its attention elsewhere so we can get past.
It very slowly and very ponderously turns, as it is not fully emerged, so the the fluid itself is somewhat hindering to its efforts. But it has turned at this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna race across to the other side. I'm gonna do a stealth check for that.
Okay, and there is a door there.
Okay, so we continue on.
Okay.
Do a perception right here to see what's ahead of us.
You do hear some amount of cackling energy from beyond the door, and you hear some skittering about.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a torch, light it, then creep the door open slightly and throw it in.
Okay. As you creak the door open, you see 4 very large canine beasts wreathed in fire, wearing chains of molten iron from collars around their neck. Their skin is black and dark, and they appear to just be laying at the moment. There's a large jewel radiating some sort of magic in the center of the room.
Okay, well, Weiss is no Arcana expert, but let's see what he sees.
It's some sort of abjurative effect. It's some sort of warding or protection, but you can't be too certain what it does. The person who would probably know what it does is currently at the beach. Though if he was here, you wouldn't be having this adventure.
Yeah, really.
Now, is this jewel like extremely large, like something we couldn't possibly carry?
In theory, you'd be able to carry it, but it is exceptionally large, yes.
Okay, so it'd be stupid to try and smuggle it out. Alright, well, I'm going to back away from this room for now. Although I would be curious to see what the gem is protecting.
There
I would
seems
look
to-
at Weiss, kind of like give him the look, like, you know, what would you like to do?
I will note there's a door here.
Well, we could try to sneak through, I guess. It's either that or we have to take the hallway with this tentacle monster.
Either option seems pretty, I don't know. The hallway with the tentacle monster, the monster seemed really
Yeah.
sluggish.
One does a perception check. Let me see. Do we hear it come?
You do not hear anything except for some sort of sloshing in the liquid.
Okay, so kind of signals towards you. I guess we have to have no choice but to go inside. Kind of like tilts his head towards the door.
Well, we may be able to like run back and engage the slime monster without waking these things. Let's go back.
Yeah, I think she got DC from Skype. One sec.
Okay. Oops.
Sorry, got DC from Skype.
Yeah, it's all good. It happens sometimes.
I would look twice and I would say, let's go back to the other hallway. It would give us a chance to engage that slower monster first without getting pinned in on both sides by the dogs and the monster.
Okay, nods and follows your lead.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to go to the corner and I'm going to show myself, basically, but back against the other wall. I'll let it see me. I'm going to make sure Weiss stays behind the wall for now, so it's not yet aware of Weiss.
Okay. Alright, since that name cannot actually be seen, these monsters have strange and or funny names. That is its name.
Illithid's dream of pseudo-natural sheep.
It is a joke reference to Do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember what that movie or what that became as a movie. I think that was Total Recall.
Well, Dagmire's gonna hail this monster and say, excuse me, my name is Dagmire Krakendoom. We seek passage through these halls.
Nope, it was
Are
Blade
you-
Runner.
Are you a friend or foe?
The creature finally extricates itself entirely. Its head grazes against the ceiling of the corridor. Its distended upper body sort of lumbers and looms forward, and it begins getting its face ever closer to you. Tentacles writhing about, dripping the ooze that it was once submerged in. And its cold, dead eyes come face to face with yours, and it stares.
I'm not gonna attack just yet. I try to stand my ground and look as composed as possible while it observes me.
it is not pleasant to be around. It is... You get the feeling that, you know, given the horrors that you have seen before, you are faring better than most men, but this creature would probably break the sanity of most men. As you observe it, you realize that it is distorting and warping all space around it. Its arms might appear an inch long for a second and then 6 feet long another. Its form slowly and gradually changes as you observe it. But it,
Can you speak?
It smiles a wicked grin as, reveals what should be teeth but are not, and cackles. What need do I have to speak? As you hear a voice boom through your head saying that.
Because I asked you a question?
You think if the creature could actually smile, it would be smiling right now? You're fairly certain it probably doesn't have those muscles to do that, but it lets out a horrible noise and says, "Do you know who have asked questions of me before?"
I do not.
Then you do not know the frailty not frailty. You do not know the insignificance of the questions you pose, then.
But they are questions nonetheless. Questions which I would like an answer for, however insignificant.
It begins turning, or retracting its head and turning away from you, and begins pondering back down the hallway, submerging slowly as it walks. Until it is no more visible, becoming one entirely with whatever the liquid is.
He must be shy.
And he's on a different layer.
Well, I'm going to dare to follow him, however cautiously.
Alright.
I'm going to... Actually, you know what? No. Before I follow him, I'm going to take... Let's see, what do I have in my inventory here? Okay. I'm trying to look for something I don't really need. I'm going to take one of my candles. I have 5 candles. I'm just going to take one of them and just kind of toss it forward onto the floor to see what happens to it.
It begins being consumed by the liquid. Nothing strange is happening from the liquid, but it's being slowly sucked under.
Okay. I don't know that we'd be able to walk on this. What say you?
What are the walls made of on the around the liquid?
A black material of unknown origin.
Does it seem smooth or rough?
Perfectly smooth.
And if I took out one of my camping or my climbing spikes that you would dig into a mountain, would I be able to penetrate it? Like with I have a hammer and spikes for like tents, pitching and stuff, and climbing tools.
Unknown, potentially, but you can't tell just by looking at it.
Okay, then Weiss would move to the opposite wall and test the middle spikes against it, see if he can penetrate it. Make a secure holding if he can.
At first, it's very difficult to drive the spike in, but you do finally manage to drive the spike in.
Well, I could secure a rope to one end, and we can get as far as we can and pull ourselves back out. I guess the next test would be to stick an object into the liquid and see if we can pull it back out before it submerges.
Yeah, I think we should do that first.
Yeah, don't use your hand or foot or anything. Just use he rifles around in his pack. He pulled out that utility shovel of his, and he will dip it into the goop, and then like keep a firm hold on the handle, and then like pull it back out to see if it gives.
The material you do begin submerging will eventually come back out, but you note it takes much longer than you thought it would after it's entered the fluid.
So it's a very sticky substance.
I don't know that we could even safely wade through this, pulling ourselves with rope.
Well, he would tie the shovel, has a loop at the end of it, and he would like lace it through the rope, and then let it drift down into the goop to see if it reaches some kind of end, to using the rope as a measuring tool to see how deep it is.
It's 3 minutes deep.
Yes, 3 minutes deep. As the rope starts to go taut, you realize it has not hit a bottom.
Yeah, so this is a dangerous way. So he would pull the rope back and the shovel out. So we would only have, seconds to get across, and then we wouldn't be able to get out before we got consumed by it. Now what I could do is I could go from wall to wall, and like with my ability to swift flight, I could like bounce off the wall a few times and try to drive a pike into each one, and then and then you can help me pull myself back out from the rope that's secured here, and then after we get our stairway, we can lace the rope through each of the eyes of the pikes.
I don't know. That'd be a pretty brutal athletics check.
Ice is very brutal. Or we could go the other way, I guess, if you want.
Yeah, I don't think we can go this way right now, at least. Maybe we can find something else within this place that'll help us cross.
From the distance Weiss can see to the bottom, he can make that jump with his swift flight, and then athletic, and then he could, he can't see around the corner, so he doesn't know how far it is, but if he made a hold there, then he would be able to jump off that hold, or at least see what's on the other side. So Weiss could do it and have the rope on him still.
Killing me, Smalls.
But we could go the other way if you want. I'm just throwing out the options.
So, what will you do?
We're gonna go back to the room with the dogs.
Okay.
Okay, so he pries the stake out of the wall, puts it back in his backpack with a rope.
Alright. The door is just as you had left it, partly ajar.
Okay. Weiss is going to attempt to slip in unnoticed.
Okay. And Dagmire, what are you doing?
I'm going to follow him into the room.
Okay. As you pass into the room, the door shuts behind you as it had before. And the dogs at this point are currently sleeping, for lack of a better word, but you don't know if they can actually sleep. They are currently not doing anything.
So Weiss would attempt to sneak over here. And did that wake him at all or stir him?
The one next to you is kind of stirring, yes.
Okay, then I would make another stealth attempt over here
Okay.
to where the door is.
He does not appear, or none of them appear to be truly rousing from their sleep.
Alright.
Okay, then I would kneel down next to the door and crack it open slowly.
Okay. You see a long hallway that leads to another metallic room similar to the one you're in. You see several creatures standing next to a large cluster of black gems, currently enthralled by it.
Okay, he would get to the other side of the door, not going in the room yet, and turn to Dagmar. Okay, now that she's next to him. Does she have to make any stealth checks to get over to the door where I am?
She can if she'd like.
Yeah, I can. Let's see. Wall. Yeah. No.
The dogs have begun to rouse from their sleep.
Oh boy.
Okay, then I'm gonna nod to her and quickly step into the next room, and then, like, if she follows me, we'll pull the door closed.
Yep, you can follow.
Okay. The door, as you pass through, the door will close behind you. Oops, that was the reveal area tool. That was not the hide area tool. The door has shut behind you.
Okay, he's going to stealth right here. And kneel down and look at the crystal. I mean, do an Arcana check. Do I... No, what's it exactly doing? Or what can I tell that it's doing?
It's radiating some sort of fascination or hypnotic effect from it. Beyond that, you cannot tell what it's doing.
And all these creatures seem awake. Do they, like, have eyes or anything? Like the ones on the distance, can I see?
They do not have eyes now.
Huh. Okay. Weiss is going to turn around and, like, put his palm up, like, signal her to come a little closer, but to wait here. And then he's going to attempt to stealth around.
Alright.
Okay, so he's going to try to move right here.
I will stop you where it is relevant, which is back
Okay.
here. As you enter, you get a sudden, sharp, throbbing sensation in your mind. Let's see. Does a 27 hit your will?
Let's see. Yes, it does.
As you enter the location adjacent to one of these creatures, your mind is suddenly assaulted by violent images, terrifying and brutal displays of violence and various other unsavory things, stunning you momentarily. The creatures have begun to rouse. They have taken note of something falling victim to whatever it is whatever effect they are projecting. You can see over here a creature weaving some sort of a spell has also taken note.
So, how long am I dazed for?
1 round.
Okay. So what are you gonna do, Dagmar?
I'm gonna follow him in there.
Okay.
Once I see that he's starting to succumb to some kind of pain that I can't tell what it is, I go in there with him.
I think a 20 will miss your will.
Yes.
Okay. The images begin to flood your mind, but you manage to shut them out. But the creatures have truly begun to start turning towards you, each of them staring at you with their grisly visages, devoid of eyes, covered in bandages and blood, and nails.
Hey, handsome. Yeah, I actually say that.
The creature in the back is beginning to channel energy either to or from the crystal. You cannot tell.
Okay. Weiss is going to attempt to move here. Is there a point where I would stop between that?
No, there is not at the moment, because they have used their telepathic network.
Okay, so I would attempt to move there.
Okay. You have managed to arrive there.
Do I have any more effects? Like, does that aura hurt me anymore?
It does not.
And what is the cloaked figure doing now?
Still channeling away at the energy from the crystal.
So I would, like, signal for you to come over quick.
Alright.
I would creep around the edge and look down the hallway again.
It is the same type of fluid, however there's some sort of pipe or something that this fluid is draining out of. It does not appear to fill the entire pipe, but it goes off into the black walls.
Is there a way to stand on the pipe, or do we have to go in the pipe?
You would have to go into the pipe.
And is it, like, sludging out to max capacity, or is there, like, a breathable spot on the top?
There's a lot of breathable spots. It's only a trickle.
Okay. So Weiss would again plant one of the stakes in the wall and loop the rope through it, and then tie one end to his waist, and then he would do a running start and jump onto the pipe as best he can and, like, slip into it.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Alright, you make it to the pipe with no problem.
And the rope, I, like, pull the rope the rest of the way taut, so you can use it if you want.
Now, Weiss, I have two very strange but very important questions. Okay. First is, do you wear shoes, socks, stuff like that?
No, it's like sandals.
Alright. And the second question is now irrelevant because of that. You begin feeling the fluid sort of slosh up towards you, onto your feet a little bit as you enter the pipe, pulling it and pull the rope taut. And you get weird sensations as the fluid sort of makes contact with your skin. At this point, though, you can pull the rope taut.
So I can follow him in there safely?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I guess are you gonna tight rope across the top, or are you gonna, like, just sludge through and keep hold of the rope?
Well, tight roping would probably be bad, because if I were to fall, then, I would be kind of fucked. So I'm going to hang onto the rope and try to wade across as best I can, because I can't stay in this room.
Alright. Same questions. Do you wear shoes, socks, boots, anything like that?
Yes.
All right. Do you wear accompanying long pants?
Yes, she's fully armed, like
Okay.
gear and stuff.
And another subsequent question: do you wear combat gloves of any sort?
Yes.
All right.
Well, they're gloves of healing.
They're gloves.
Yeah.
You wear gloves of some capacity.
Yes.
All right. The trip across is very slow, but you do eventually make it as the creatures have finally roused themselves from their stupor. They have all moved to here, but they do not appear to enter the sludge.
Okay. He'll let go the end of one of the rope sides that he had looped through the hole, and then pull it until it goes through the eye and drags against the slime and comes back to him.
Okay.
So he was like holding. He didn't tie it to the end. He just kind of looped it through and held on to both ends.
Yep.
Okay. So do I notice the sludge doing anything to my skin yet?
It is not doing anything to your skin, but you're feeling strangely aware. You're starting to get a much more grand scale of awareness. You're aware of the infinitesimally small location and point you are in the universe.
So like an acid trip.
Sort of, yes. It is basically it's the box from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe where it shows you are here, and then displays the entire known universe.
Oh yeah, the infinite vortex. Yep, I'm reading the book at the moment. That's where I am at the moment.
Yeah, you are currently being subjected to an effect like that.
Hi.
At this point, there is the pipe continues on downwards, or away from where you currently are, and that is the only direction you can go.
Okay, then he would just start leading the way and sludging him down the pipe.
All right. Well, this is actually the point where I am going to call it for the night. So we will be back next week with more Basements and Bears podcast. So, see you guys then.
How do you get to do anything?